When I got diagnosed, I made all kinds of assumptions about my situation. The people who engaged me in the beginning of this process were not very effective. What they saw was a kid who had issues. They saw a kid and they made their decision about how they wanted to treat me. And sometimes what we do when we base these assumptions based on a diagnosis or on some weird letter, we treat people a certain way. I had a teacher for 3 years who treated myself and 2 other classmates as if we were truly mistakes. She was in the special ed classroom because she had to be there. She had been a substitute for many years, and all of a sudden the 3 of us had come up. I had 2 classmates. They called us the Three Stooges. One of my classmates, she had this thing called Down syndrome. She was the coolest kid I've ever met. She was one of these people, and if you've ever seen somebody like this, you want to engage them whenever, wherever you're at, that always had a smile on her face. And on top of that, she always had to give you a hug. She never asked you if she could hug you. She would just hug you, which was really weird. The first day I went in that classroom and she jumped out from underneath her desk and her arms are wrapped around me and she's just screaming, "I'm so glad you're here." I'm like, "I don't know you." Guys, for a year before she moved, I got a hug every day. And I know I'm a Sasquatch-sized guy. And when you see somebody big like my brother and I, people think, fearless, gladiator. I like getting hugs. My other classmate, he had this thing called BD, which stood for behavior disorder. Now, that kid really was pure entertainment. I mean, you'd watch this kid and you're like, "How many Mountain Dews did you have this morning?" He's like, "None." I'm like, "I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that with your neck." "Well, can I take you home? You're better than TV." My special ed teacher, she didn't understand us. She hadn't had the education to deal with us. Here I was, the distracted, impulsive kid that was happier than anybody that I'd ever seen and always had to give somebody a hug, and then the BD kid, and she just dealt with us in the only way she could. She engaged us with great negativity. And for 3 years, this woman engaged us in a way that left scars. I'm 40. 40. I still remember. One day she sat down, the BD kid, and I've never heard a teacher lecture a kid about how stupid he was. And here I am as a kid, and you know what I was thinking in that moment? Glad that's not me. But she got a hold of me a little bit later.